There, viewers, how you doing? Hopefully doing well, and welcome to Minecraft Reclamation, where you have to take back the Earth because it is, well, devastated. It's horrible out there. No ores, hardly any spawns, no natural life. It's just taken over by the evil mobs. So, today's episode, I was thinking to myself, right, it's been a while since I've actually done an episode like this and showed you what to actually do. It's took a while to even get to this stage where I can actually grow things, have bees in the actual world, grass blocks instead of, let's go down and we'll see it, dried earth. Well, as you can see, it's just horrible out there. And I've spent ages getting to this point. So hopefully in this episode, I can cut down a bit of time for you and understanding on what to actually do. So that is the intro. Next is for me to get things prepped and start from the beginning. Okay, so when you actually start off in this world, you first log in, you will have a view like this, where basically there is hardly nothing going on. You got particles everywhere, and of course on the ground, hey up. Where's all the luscious grass? Well, it is grass, but it's more like dried up grass, and then over here you have dead bushes, which these will come in handy. Even though it's a dead bush, it still will come in handy. So start off with, as usual, go ahead and break up the grass. There we go, and hopefully you'll come across a seed or two, a stick from the actual dead bushes. There you go, that is one seed there. There we go, and another one there. And hopefully you'll come across the starter seeds. Now, let's go into the book, and I need to be into plants galore. And their actual beginner plants are water artichoke, icy needle, which I do believe is the snow bell. Then you've got the wheat, wolfsbane flower, mandrake's root, and belladonna flower. There we go. Right, so once you've actually got these, you'll be wanting to actually make them stronger. Now, oh, nope, I need to press escape. So, go into our own inventory. You'll see these have got nothing to them. And once you've actually got all the seeds, I've actually gone back and got all the seeds from storage. They'll have numbers here. So you've got fertility, gain, growth, mutility, and strength. We press U on the actual seeds. It'll take us to here, growth requirements. So to start off with the water artichoke seed, at all stats 1 would need farmland, rich soil, a light level of 10, and you got the water variables and of course the growth. Right, let me go inside. So actually let me sleep. Still raining, so let's go back into, actually no, it stopped now. So let's go back into growth requirements, and you can actually see what happens to the actual plant once you actually gain strength. So we are at strength 1, This is 2. And light level is probably about a 9 now instead of a 10. So that is 2, 3. Light levels kind of similar. And then 4, 5, which is halfway. Now we've actually seen a difference in the actual, I'll say, state of the actual plant. It's highly acidic, slightly acidic, neutral, and slightly alkaline, and highly alkaline. I've never seen this word before, so I don't know what it is. Arid? I don't even know what it even means. Is this even real? Then it's dry, damp, wet, watery, and flooded. And of course, the growth is none, very low, low, medium, high, very high. So, as you can actually see, light levels 8. Let's go to max strength, shall we? There we go. So now that we are on strength 10, look at the soil types it can actually go into. Practically anything. But saying that, I would still keep it on the original soil type that stage 1 is. Because I've actually tried to plant them in different soil types, even though it's 10 across the board, it is still a little bit finicky. So I would always go with the original, even though it does state that it can go into any. And look at this, look. This is all over the place now. And light is 5. Which is awesome. The growth stage, I do believe this is, goes up. And then there we go. Beautiful flower. Now, plant products. So you put them into the actual sticks, which we'll get into a little bit. So that's the seed, that's the plant, and then what it produces. And plant mutations. With this, you probably won't have any mutations straight away because you have to analyze and put into a book and then go on from there. But eventually you'll come across plant mutations and you can actually crossbreed plants to get other plants. But saying that, I would actually give one massive advice. Do not do this straight away. Don't do all ones across the board because that sugarcane seed will be all ones across the board. And then you have to do the same rigmarole again to make it all 10s. So wait until you have all of the starter seeds at 10 across the board and then mutate and grow other plants from there, because these will be all 10s straight away. As soon as you found them, they'll be 10s. Now, let's go on to actually how to get all 10s. Luckily, over here, I've actually started trying to duplicate plants, and we'll get into that shortly. Just be careful of these. They do hurt you still, even though they are surrounded by the sticks. But over here, we have got one of the prime examples of how to get all 10s. So let's get rid of all of these. There we go. So to start off with, you would need sticks. So you go ahead, get your sticks, and you put 4 of them in, and you get crop sticks out, which are these beautiful things. I've already got them, so that's all right. So the starting point, I would suggest going with just 3. So what you do is you put 1 there and you put 2 in the middle and then 1 on the other side. So remember, these seeds have actually been growing up basically into better seeds. So they won't be all 1s, but this is exactly the same thing that you'll be needing to do if they were all 1s. So I have to look at these to see which one is the best one, so then I can actually go ahead and proceed further on. So I'm looking at the highest numbers for now, but of course, when you start off with this, it'll be all 1s. So you will need to be over here. And of course, this is how you actually do go about trying to better off your actual plants through this box here. Once you have got your actual seeds ready, what you do is you go ahead, plant 1 there, and then plant 1 there of the same seed. And basically what will happen is once the right side and the left side gets to a certain growth point, a seed will pop up here in the middle, and that seed will have a added stat number. And basically that means that any of these stat numbers can actually go up. And when you want them to go up even further, you keep making sure that the highest numbers or rounded up numbers are actually being planted on the left side and the right side. To help out this process, to make it go a little bit quicker, and this, I've got to warn you now, this is 100% random. It can get a bit bothersome because the randomness of it. But to make it go quicker, you can actually use your watering can and you can actually see the growth rate on the plants are going up. There we go. We have now got a seed, which is starting to grow. Let's see how the actual plants are and how the actual new seed is. So we go over here, and that is now 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 2, 1. Either one of them stats can actually go into the new seed. But if you haven't got the magnifying glass, all you're going to actually see is the numbers there. So if you want a better look at things, I would actually go ahead, get a magnifying glass. And as you can see soil information, the actual information about the species. This is sweet berry, but it came from a beetroot and something else. I go over here, turnip, and that came from a beetroot combination. Sweet potatoes came from a sugarcane variation. And to actually go ahead and create the actual watering can, you would need iron ingots, bowl, and bone meal. And this is how you actually create the magnifying glass, with a pane glass and with sticks or rods. Then once you've got all that started, you'll then need to actually start remembering them, not through your own means, through the game's means. So you need to analyze them. And of course, the book. Oh, no, the book takes you there. Where is the analyzing? Here it is. So the analyzer, as well as the journal. So the game keeps record of everything, which is absolutely awesome. Excuse me? When the heck did that happen? Wait, seriously? That is actually a thing? I thought these only hurt me. Not mobs. What? No way. He must have went through 4? Oh, and yeah, this can actually happen when you're trying to do things. Their actual parent plants can actually take their kid's place, if that makes any sense. Not onto this bit yet. I'm only on the starting point still. Right, I need to go to sleep. It's a nice sunny day. So, seed analyzer. I do believe, yeah, you just have to tick this box and you'll get the book and seed analyzer for free, and of course some XP. So you don't have to actually create them. So once you've got them, you place down your seed analyzer, go into it, place the book, and then you take your seed. Actually, yes, I can do this because it's all right. I was going to not do it because it can do something a bit crazy. Make sure that when you're doing the seed analyzer, make sure 100% it is all ones. It is the starting point of said seed. Oh no, it hasn't done it. Oh, thank goodness. I'm still going to actually leave this segment in. So what actually can actually happen when I was doing this, when I first started playing, I put an all 10 seed in there because I forgot to analyze it and put it into the machine, and it turned all of my stats back to 1. So once you've actually got all your seeds, which are your starter seeds, of course, bit of a reminder, these ones, then you can go ahead and get into your book, which is in here, and open it up. It'll give you a bit of information about what's happening, and you can discover some seeds, which is a lot. I've only got 46. All the information that you need, and of course what the actual stats mean, so you can actually pause the video at any time to actually read this. And then of course a bit more on the brightness, the water, growth, and the actual soil type. Then we get into the juicy bit, which is how to actually start mutating your plants into different plants. Because you've already got your starters at 10, remember all your other created plants will be at 10. I can do wolfsbane and dandelion did actually get the mystical yellow flower. Of course, I need to analyze more seeds and produce more seeds to get these unknowns to be known. And of course, carrots and corn will get you asparagus. And then, of course, barley and wheat gets rice. Magnifying glass lets you know what's happening, which is awesome. A book to keep you up to date, allowing you to figure out how to actually crossbreed plants. And of course, keep a record of what you've actually done, so you don't have to remember. Seed analyzer, which analyzes everything and lets you know what's going on. Brilliant. So, unfortunately, you can't do any trickery with the actual seeds here to actually get all the stats up. So once it's actually out of the ground, you're just seeing this. So it can be a bit of a handful doing it this way. But if you actually want to be like 100% precise, go ahead, plant your seeds. Oh, no, not that one. There we go. So they're all planted now. And then go back to your magnifying glass. And then you can actually have a better look at things, what's going on. So even though that 5's there, it's got a possibility of going to the 3. So this way you can actually see which numbers are actually higher to what you actually need, rather than just this. So it's up to you. You can carry on doing it the single number way, or having a bit of an extra time to plant everything, and then you can actually see both sides of the plant. Now, duplication. So for duplications, you actually need a seed, and that seed will go into a double stacked crop stick area, which you can see there. Right, let's go ahead. Water this. Come on. Are you going to do it on camera? I don't know. But this is how you actually duplicate. There we go. And you'll see this is potato, potato, all 10s, and then there's a brand new seed. Hey, presto. That is duplication. Now, mutification, is it? Or mutifying? Mutations? I don't know actually what to actually put it as. I need a kind of a clearing. So let's go through the book and have a look at mutations, how to do it, and how to, of course, grow your actual plants. Let's find something what I haven't actually done yet. So let's actually go ahead and do this one. So that is sugarcane and green bean. All right, okay then. I need a good space because even though they haven't been crop sticked, they have got ability to affect the outcome. So what you do is you go ahead and single, double, single. Okay, green bean and sugarcane. Then go over here and water can, the middle, and eventually, there we go. We've got something popped up here. So that is pumpkin and sugarcane. I've already got pumpkin. So destroy, double stack, and go in again. I've of course have actually done this throughout my series. So that is going to be green bean. Nope. That is exactly what I don't want. That is pumpkin again. And that is green bean and sugarcane. Right, we look over here. This is why I'm getting pumpkin in the middle. Is because the fact that species is shared with green bean and pumpkin. So that is why it's coming through. The sugarcane will come through on its own because it is sugarcane. Sugarcane. Right. Okay then. Trying to actually do this and explain it and then look at the results kind of get me confused because it's like, well, this is the mod pack. I would like to actually go on and get stuff done, but I have to wait around. And now I've got their actual seed here. There we go. So let's get rid of you lot. Pick you up. And look again. Coffee. There we go. I have now found coffee. Fantastic. which is absolutely brilliant. So we will now go ahead, pop down. Let's do it over here. Pop down one of you, two of you, and actually, no, let's do it how I'm doing it with everything else. So that is double. So let's get rid of you guys. Single, double, double, and double. There we go. Get rid of you. Get the coffee seed. Pop you down. This is, of course, going to make the video longer, but I'm going to show you everything that I know and what could actually help you out in the future. You start off with one seed. You need, of course, multiple seeds. So how do you actually go about getting the multiple seeds? Well, this is it. Right, there we go. Now, one seed has now turned into 5 seeds, but there is a bit of a problem. Like I shown over there, you have a look at these and you'll notice a bit of a dilemma. Right. Coffee and green bean. That, if you leave them to grow and you come and harvest them, you'll either harvest the coffee or green bean. Right, let's fix that. So, this is a bit of a hit and miss. So, single. No, double. Single, single. Then coffee, coffee. Still the same thing. Remember, I'm not duplicating. I'm trying to get the species to change. Of course, the parents are all 10, so that's totally fine. They've got different names, but what I'm trying to actually get in the middle is to actually have coffee, coffee, and this is the way to do it. So, go ahead. There you go. Green bean, green bean. Oh, wow. That's good. Okay. Right. Now I know one seed is perfect, so that can actually go into my collection. So, there you go. And green bean, green bean. Just coffee. Yep. So you're trying to actually get the coffees to come over. Coffee, green bean. No. This is why I kind of need to do this episode, but yeah, at the same time, put my own thoughts on it. That why? Why keep their actual parent one come through to the species? Why can't you just keep it as one species? You create a new seed. That seed species name should be that new seed. Now look at that. Coffee, coffee. So we'll go up here and you'll see different ways of actually growing things. You'll need certain actual plants to be in a flooded situation, which means one block has to be actually flooded. So go over here and let's go like that. There we go. There you go. Even though this should give me copper, that seed gave me carrots, even though it should give me copper. So we'll go into here and plant mutations. So for your first ever ore, which is copper, is a wheat seed and a carrot seed. And there you go. And then eventually you'll get into the actual saplings. So for the apple sapling, I can actually do that now. You'll just need the actual 2 apples and any sapling. So Let's go ahead. Create my first ever sapling. There you go. Now I've got practically an infinite amount of apples now. So we'll go up. I don't know how big these are, so I will pop you there. And then let's see if the watering can works. There we go. And there we go. Fantastic. So of course, mature. There you go. I've got an apple sapling, which is fantastic. So that's food. And of course, whilst you're down here, you can actually go ahead and look into other saplings, see if you can get them sooner or later. How do we get saplings? Right. We do this. Obviously, you have to have a witch's cauldron, and you'll need these to actually help you out. So I'm going to go for the 7 one. I think I've already got the actual exhale of the horned one. So how you get them is through the witch's oven, which is here. So you go ahead, put a sapling in here, fuel, and eventually you'll actually get whatever you actually want. The actual percentage rate is a bit tricky. Right. Their actual witch's oven needs funnels. You can get it on its own like that, there, and then you put the funnels on. The more funnels you have, which is the max of 3, the better chance of actually getting the item you actually want. So, there you go, fuel source goes in. It burns the actual sapling and gives me that, which is fantastic. I need 2 of these because there is a lot of saplings that I haven't actually got yet or need more of. Right, here we go. So for the actual cauldron, you'll need 3 buckets of water going in. And then make sure you do this slow and steady. And there we go. Empty hand. Fantastic. It will do a lovely animation to let you know it's done. And collect the actual, I would say, type of fertilizer. And of course, if you haven't actually got all the witch's ovens and everything else, you can do belladonna, water choke, and bone meal for just 3. Of course, I need more of these because I would like to show a little bit more off. There we go. It is chance again, though, for the saplings. There we go. It's all done. Let it swirl about. And right click once the water changes. In this mod pack is to go up to the actual dead bushes. Click on them. So that is a warren. I've already got that. So you can click again. Spruce, I've got that. Click again. Oak, I got that. Spruce. Got it. Back to a dead bush. Right. I would suggest if it goes to a dead bush, just get rid of it. And start again. There you go. Jungle. And elder. Spruce. Elder. And it's all random. That's what I actually need. That's the devastating bit. It is just absolute, just random. So if we go into saplings, oh no, so I hit that right there. So we've got saplings. Right, I need to look at tools. No, not like that, like this. So you have got plant clippers, of course, magnifying glass, wooden hand rake, a tool to remove weeds from crops. I've never had a weed, so I never used that. A tool to remove weeds from crops again. And then, of course, this one, the garden trowel, a tool to move crops around. So if you've already got something grown up and you want to move it with the trowel. Now it is this tool which is more intriguing to me. And the actual clippers. Poppy seed, poppy. Thank you. Oh, wow. It grew quick and then suddenly it just had a bit of a stomp. Right, two things can actually happen from the actual plants here. Right click them, you'll get the actual dye. Now, if I grow them up, go over to the plant clippers, right click, I will get the poppy. And there we have it. This recording has gone on for a very long time, but I needed that time to get you all the information from what I've actually learnt and used in my own series. So please, can you go ahead and click on to the playlist button and view my actual entire series. I'm still playing it at the moment. So for now, hopefully this has been informative and entertaining. And remember, I appreciate you all, and you'll see me in the next one.